Today we're going to be talking about purchasing a used vehicle. We spent the last few classes talking about buying new vehicles. Purchasing a used vehicle is similar, but there are some other things that you should consider. So our objectives today are to determine how to figure out the average retail price of a used vehicle, and also to know why it's smart to do research on a car before buying it. Okay. The way you do research, if you're shopping for a used vehicle, which most of you probably will be for your first car, is to look at a used vehicle guide. These are published monthly. Basically what happens is all of the car transactions that occur at dealers, they get reported into this used vehicle guide. And the used vehicle guide basically comes up with an average price for vehicles that were purchased from dealers in the previous month. So it gives you an idea of what these cars are on average selling for. So, in the used vehicle guide is the average retail value, the suggested value of the vehicle based on the dealer's asking prices. This gives a buyer a starting point for negotiating the price. Okay, so this is what they're on average selling for. It gives an idea of what you can expect to pay. The average wholesale or trade-in value is the amount that, if the deal was reversed, you would expect to receive by either trading in a current vehicle or selling it to, trading a current vehicle in to a dealer. So we'll get to this table in just a second, but you have average retail value, what the dealer sells it for, and then average wholesale or trade-in value, what you get if you give the car to the dealer. And then a private party value. Obviously you can buy cars from private individuals as well. This is just the price a buyer can expect to pay when buying a car from outside of a dealership. The formula we'll be working with is average retail price. The average that you'll pay at with a dealer for a used car is the average retail value plus any additional options that are coming with it, minus any deductions for some options or the lack of options, minus a mileage deduction. Okay, so let's look at this example. And actually, before we look at the example, let's look at this table here. We have a table, and it says Palomino 4-year-old vehicles. Then we have columns for average retail value and average wholesale value. And again, just to remind you, average retail value, this is the average of what dealers, don't need an apostrophe there, ask for price when you're buying a car. Average wholesale value is the average of what dealers pay to get the cars in the first place. Because remember, it's a used car, someone's got to sell it to them. Okay? So if you look at these, you'll notice that the average wholesale value is always lower, or at the very least the same as the average retail value. Why is this? Dealers buy low, sell high. That's how they make a profit. Okay, so dealers do this simply so that they can make a profit. This is how they make their money. Now, looking at the rest of this table, what you see we have are listings for different types of this car. If you have a V6 engine with 4-door, then the average retail value is $13,050. V8 4-door, it's a little bit more expensive, more powerful engine, and V8 Sport, even more expensive. Then, down below, you have the options. It says deduct without air conditioning, add power seats, premium sound system, leather seats, manual sunroof, power sunroof, aluminum wheels. These are all options that come with the car. Notice that that all these say add, as in they make the price go up, except for the air conditioning one, because it says deduct if there is no air conditioning. If there's no air conditioning, for the average retail value, you deduct $800. So let's read the description. Jackie Morris would like to purchase a used Palomino V8 4-door car, which is advertised for $15,450. And I just want to make the point right here. This is not the sum of these numbers. This is just what the dealer is advertising. Okay? So this is just dealer price, not the sum of the above. Okay, that's just what the dealer is advertising at. It has power seats, a premium sound system, leather seats, and a power sunroof. It has been driven 51,760 miles. The used vehicle guide indicates that 575 should be subtracted if the mileage is between 45,001 to 52,500 miles. So that's something that's not listed up there that's important. What average price should Morris keep in mind when she makes an offer for the vehicle? So we know that she wants a Palomino V8 4-door. That would be this right here, and she's trying to buy this, okay? So the retail value, what they're on average selling this for, is $14,675. So that's where we're going to start. $14,675. Now let's look at the options. It has power seats. Power seats for retail value is $125. So we're going to add $125. Premium sound system. That's add $200. Leather seats, $340. And a power sunroof. Make sure you don't use manual. That's $450. Based on the mileage, it said $575 should be subtracted. And notice that it didn't say anything about air conditioning. And if it doesn't say anything about air conditioning, it does say to deduct $800 if there's no air conditioning. So we're also going to subtract the $800. Okay. So if an option is included, typically we add. If it's not included and it says deduct, then we're going to take away. And there's also a mileage deduction. Okay. You know, the older cars get, the more miles they've been driven, the less reliable they are. So that brings the price down. Now we simply sum up all these numbers. 14,675 plus 125 plus 200 plus 340 plus 450 minus 575 minus 800. This gives us an average price she should keep in mind of about $14,415 based on the type of car, the options that come with it, and any deductions. Okay? Notice that the dealer is asking for $15,450. Based on her research into what type of car there is and what all the options are worth, she sees that it should cost about $1,000 less. So now there's a chance for her and the dealer to negotiate a lower price than is advertised. That's why we want to be careful. That's why we want to do our research when we're buying a new or a used car, or a new car for that matter. Let's do one more example. Mr. Jackson wants to buy a used minivan with the following options and retail values. What is the average price he can expect to pay? The average retail value is $13,375. There's a left sliding door at $500 for that. Add $175 for power seats. Add $375 for rear air conditioning. Deduct $175 without cruise control. Deduct $125 without tilt steering wheel. No adjustment for the mileage. So notice that we have 3 things that we're going to add to the retail value because they're extra features, and 2 things that we're going to subtract because it's something the car comes without. And there's no mileage deduction. So really, this is just reading and understanding what they're telling you to do about the price. $13,375 plus $500 plus $175 plus $375 minus $175 minus $125. Make sure you get your pluses and minuses straight. What average price can you expect to pay? About $14,125. Okay? So really, it's just noticing whether something comes with a certain option that increases the average retail price, or something does not include a certain feature and therefore would decrease the average retail price. Okay? That's pretty straightforward. It's fairly similar for your homework. Make sure you're reading very carefully over whether a price is added or subtracted. On the back, in addition, make sure that you're reading very carefully whether they're asking for the average loan value of the car, the average trade-in value of the car, or the average retail price of the car. So those are the 3 columns that you have here. All right. That's a little bit about purchasing a used vehicle. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you later.